We are in session here on a Sunday in Washington for a rare Sunday session of the United States Senate so that we can confirm a terrific woman to be the next Justice of the Supreme Court. There's an open seat right now. It needs to be filled. And Judge Barrett, who is currently a judge on the Circuit Court, one level below the Supreme Court, has really impressed me and the American people with her performance. I had a chance to meet with her this past week, and I was already impressed, but even more so having a chance to spend some time with her. I had been impressed with her performance at the hearing because I thought she showed great patience and calm in the face of some really tough questioning. To me, that's judicial temperament. I think that will serve her well in her new role as Justice of the Supreme Court. I've also been impressed with her qualifications. I don't think anybody can say she's not highly qualified. In fact, the American Bar Association, which doesn't always look favorably at Republican appointees, was in her last confirmation convinced that she was highly qualified. And again, in this one, they gave her their highest qualification. That's impressive. As has been talked about on the floor tonight, she actually has been through this process before, and pretty recently. I think less than 3 years ago, she was confirmed by this same body. And it was a bipartisan vote, and it was an opportunity for people to get to know her. So this is not as though we've brought somebody forward who isn't already known, it isn't already deemed to be very well qualified. In fact, I don't know anybody in this chamber who doesn't think that she is well qualified and that she has done a good job as a judge and a lawyer. She graduated first in her class at Notre Dame Law School, and then she went back there and taught. She won the Teacher of the Year award 3 times when she was at Notre Dame, and most importantly to me, she's just widely respected by her colleagues. These are professors, also widely respected by her former students. These professors and students, by the way, are representing the entire political spectrum, you know, from very liberal to very conservative. All of them say the same thing about her, which is that she's a legal scholar, she's highly qualified, and that she's a good person. In our meeting, I got to see some of that. I saw in our meeting that she is a great listener. And people talk about active listening. You know, she was really interested in what the topics were and had very thoughtful responses. She is also a legal scholar who understands very clearly what the role of the Supreme Court should be in our separation of branches, in our governmental system here. And I think that's really important. And as I said to her in our meeting, I hope she'll be an ambassador, and I think she will. In fact, I think she'll be an extremely effective ambassador as the youngest member of the Supreme Court, but also as a former teacher with regard to young people, to help them understand what it means to have a judicial branch and how it's different than the legislative branch or the executive branch for that matter. Judges are not supposed to be legislators. That's not what they're hired to do, and yet I think we've, in some cases, gotten the sense that judges ought to be deciding issues that are reserved for those who are elected by the people, and that's the legislators. The judges have an important role, and that's to look at the laws and to look at the Constitution and to determine whether something is consistent with those. And that's what she will do. And I think she'll do it very fairly and with compassion and with a great understanding of the legal issues and precedent. She explained before the committee that she was respectful of precedent. She also told me that in our meeting. And I think she has the proper understanding of the role of the court and what her role would be as a justice. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity to finally vote. I guess we'll do that tomorrow night, sometime in the evening, and I hope that it will be a strong vote. I hope it can be even a bipartisan vote, as it was last time she was confirmed by this same body.